Okay, good morning, everyone. So how's your trading going on today? Good? Without?
Just looks like the Indore guy calling and asking, "Aapka trading kaisa chal raha hai?"
Okay, so moving on, I believe it's a follow-up session to the session which I did it on day one. People have been asking me, Shiva, what are the things and how we needed to look at the data and other things. How many of you were expecting the gap up today? How many of you reviewed the OI data yesterday? Was it helpful? We were expecting a gap up, and there were few things which was suggesting yesterday itself, someone who wanted to take a positional, they could have easily used it. So I'm just going to give you a rough idea on how we will be able to use the data, which was yesterday, it was available. So there were few pointers which we were discussing with a few folks yesterday around in 3 o'clock. What are the possibilities of market opening up a gap up? What are the things which I normally see at end of the day to give me a clue whether I should be carrying a position home for the gap up? So if you'd have looked at the Nifty data yesterday, all you needed to do is just go to the historical data on the future OI analysis, select Nifty. We will give it on a 60-minute time frame. Date was yesterday. Okay. Are you looking at this data wherein the market was suggesting that it is slowly waning off this, whatever the sell-off which was happening in the morning, the market was suggesting that there is a possibility that the market can bounce in the second half, and it did it. What are the two areas wherein I will be able to see this data from? Normally, I use the trending OI, and also I will be using the future OI analysis. Why the trending OI? The trending OI is going to be giving me a clue on where exactly the market is trying to position themselves, and the future OI analysis is going to be giving me a clue on what they are doing it on the futures. If you look at this particular tab, the future OI analysis in the morning, the first 1 hour, the 15 minutes, 9:15 to 9:30, they were building up a short, and then a long build-up happened. And look at the volume there, 24,71. In case if I wanted to become a short player, someone has to beat me with this volume to take this market lower again. After that, the shorts coming into the picture. For the next 2-3 hours, they tried it between 10:30 and 11:30, 11:30 to 12:30. If you see the OI data, at around 11:30 to 12:30, the short build-up on the volume was 25.25. And you can clearly see the open interest change was around 2,03,000. The price fell was 22 rupees. This is on the Nifty. And the following hour, from the long build-up, the shorts got the confirmation that we are taking this market lower with the kind of volume. Then the additional shorts coming into the picture. In the following hour, you saw another 33,000 OI change happened, and you have a price fall of more than 79 rupees. What is the difference between the last 2 hours? With 2 lakh, they were able to pull the price by 22, but with 33, they were able to pull down the price by 79. So what would have happened here? I gave you the boxing example that night, right? What is the boxing example? Imagine you are a boxer, you are punching him so hard for 45 minutes, you are creating every bit of a position. In the last 15 minutes, you come back stronger and then giving him a knockout punch. That's what the shots have done it over there. And if you look at the last 130 to 230, that's where the real fun begins. As a shot, he felt, oh no man, these guys I'm unable to take it further lower. I'm not getting enough support from the other shots to take this market lower. Then the shots feel the game over for me. Let me start to cover my position. And that's when you would have seen it on the chart as well. The market would have recovered and it would have been trading above the VWAP, super trend and everything. And the market was continuously going up. And the most important thing happened between 2:30 to 3:30. What was that? Everybody who were short, not only the shorts covered their position, there were long build-up happening. That means someone is trusting the system and saying, Shiva, there is going to be a possibility of a gap up. Let me go and buy the futures. Very rarely you will be seeing this kind of a data when the market is in a bearish position. And someone who wanted to make an overnight play, this is exactly something which we would be loving to see. And that's the reason even our 320 strategy at the end of the day was giving us a buy call on the Nifty. You needed to pardon me. I'm just using a new laptop here. I'll try to figure it out. So our 320 was giving us a clue, Shiva, 15,900 at $250 is looking an interesting probability, and it is currently trading somewhere around 330, 340 levels. So 320, it was giving a perfect clue, and OI analysis, it was giving a perfect clue. Don't look at the long unwinding which has happened after the market has. That is like an EOD data. Post-market, they would be doing the adjustments and other things. I normally disregard the data. Anything happens between 9:15 to 3:30, that's the data we needed to be focusing upon. Whenever you get the market closing it at the day's high, and the people starts covering their position with the long build-up additions happening in the last 1 hour, they normally try to do and follow up in the following morning. Imagine if I'm putting my money today. I'm the smart money who's trying to buy it, and I don't want to give up so easily. What were the things which were against us today? The crude was continuously rising. And if you would have looked at the SGX Nifty, you would have been thinking that it was trading at 15,900 odd zones. Nobody was expecting 16,050 to be opening at, right? Why? Because this SGX Nifty was trading at the negative, and the crude oil was rising. The Dow has fallen yesterday, almost 600-point fall. Everything happened from the highs. But our market, the data was already there. They have built in the position, and they don't want to give up so easily. One more clue. Just go look at the trending OI data. This is a beautiful picture if someone wanted to look at the data. In the morning, around 11 o'clock, if you look at the call OI, this is the data for 15 strikes from at the money. So 7 strikes above and 7 strikes below. If you look at the call OI data, it was at 86 lakhs on the call side. Put side, it was 68. And you can clearly see the call OI is keep on increasing. 109, that is 1 crore 9 lakhs. From 68, it came down to 64 on the put side. Call OI increasing, the writers are adding more and more position. On the other hand, the put sellers, they were covering their position. That clue is already available to you. And 1 crore 28, 52, 1 crore 35, 48, 1 crore 42, 40. That's when they started breaking the day's low on the Nifty. More the position the sellers creating it on the call side, more the fall which is going to be expected on the futures. The reason is they know futures, if I'm going to be taking the market lower and lower, I can keep increasing my positions over there on the call side, continue to write it. But the funny thing which has happened is there was no follow-up beyond 130, and you can clearly see from 1.4 to 1.48, the first clue came at around 2 o'clock. 1:30 to 2, you can clearly see from 1.48 crores, whatever the position that they have been building up, they have started to cover in a fear. On the other hand, the biggest clue for a seller is when to shift the direction. And as a buyer, when to shift the direction. So long in the morning, you would have been a put buyer. Once they started creating more position, 38 lakhs, 92,000, almost a 50% jump. Overall, if you look at it, the changeover happened, 30% jump. 1.48 to 129, that means the writers are exiting their position, and writers are adding the positions on the put side. And I've given you one column here. Though the overall sentiment has been bearish from the morning, the change of direction has happened here. Always look at this column. This column is going to be giving you the first hint on the trending OI to tell you whether the market is still expected to fall or whether expected to move higher. The first signal came at around in 1:30 to 2. If you'd have been looking at the smaller time frame, you would have got it much earlier as well. I'm looking at 30-minute time frame here. If you're looking at 3-minute, this is the area. So from 1.48, it was continuously starting to add more positions here. First, they didn't add, they didn't bring down the positions on the call side. They started adding positions on the put side because at higher level, they wanted to write the puts. They started adding the position. Then they started unwinding their position because they started feeling, okay, the call side, and I think the game is over now. let me go and start where the other sellers are going and joining the party. So they started adding more positions over there. Moving on, slowly but steadily, towards the late end, they took it to the level wherein the call writers were absolutely exiting their position and put writers were adding more positions here. If you look at this, from 1.48, almost you got 1 crore of call writers who exited their position, and from here, they started adding more position. Imagine, in the last 15, 20 minutes, someone who has become bullish, with the future data becoming bullish, market took a support at the RSI level of 30. If you have looked at the RSI level on the Bank Nifty, it was extremely oversold on a daily chart from 27 to 30. All these are the minor connecting dots which I would love to see. And even on the chart, if you would have been following the two-candle theory yesterday, if you remember, we had the master class on Monday evening. Above the VWAP, perfectly two candle getting formed. I need 125K on the Nifty on 2 consecutive bars. It needed to be trading above the VWAP. Perfectly done. The third candle will be my entry with the first candle low as my stop loss. The RSI is above 50. The super trend, the VWAP, the WMA, everybody is giving me a buy indicator. Keeping the first candle low as a stop loss, you would have easily returned like an almost 200 points on the Nifty. The clue was already given to you at like an 130 and 140. All you needed to do is just follow the process and get it where it is. And if you look at this, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, all these are like in today's signal. We got at least like an 4 or 5 signals on the buy side. All of them would have given you more than 1% today. Yes, Ashu. Yes.
I would suggest that we here and just track those clues and please share with us what.
Absolutely, yes. This was exactly today. No, this is today's. This is live, which I'm giving it to you. All these are live. This is live from where the signals have been coming in. All have been buy right now. All live. That's the reason I came. It's not a postmortem. Live data. Ashuji, if you look at the trending OI data for the live, you can clearly see I'm just giving you a clue on both the sides now. So what is the data suggesting to you now? This is the live data, which you're looking at for the trending OI. What the Nifty is suggesting? Bullish? Bearish? Bullish. And do you see the difference here? This is the interesting part. They started with 40 lakhs on the call OI, 59 lakhs on the put OI. The writers were less on the call OI from the morning. And once the writers are getting more and more confident, look at what they have been doing. Are they adding any positions on the call side? Nothing. Are they adding positions on the put side? Massive number. Imagine if I don't create a position on the call side, do I want the market to fall? I don't want the market to fall. I have been continuously writing it on the put side. That's the clue. And the important thing is they have been making a new high every 1 hour. If you look at the hourly chart, that's exactly the clue you're getting it. If this is not giving you the confidence, what else can? Yes, one sec. So, are they making a new high? Yes. With the OI keep on going higher and higher, with the call OI coming lower and lower, it's a clear game over for the writers on the call side who would have been writing thinking that I was trying to hold it. Yes, Amit. That's the chart which has been like given you the signals here. What I have done is, if you're following it on the Nifty, the first signal came in today at around 9:54. Why? That was the logic which I explained it, the two-candle theory. What I wanted is 2 consecutive candles on the Nifty with more than 125K, which needed to be trading above the VWAP, the super trend, and then the WMA. And then the third candle will be my entry. The first candle low will be my stop loss. Pretty simple. Neat chart. Keep on trailing it. How many of you did that? You guys learned it a couple of days back. How many of you did that? I've given you that, and it is working. Next one. We discussed about the open and higher concept on Monday, right? How many of you followed that? This is the open and high for today. The exact scenario which I explained it to you on Monday, everything has been playing out. What is the reason for the Bank Nifty not moving higher? Anyone? Sorry? Open and high is available on the morning. Everything is there. But some of the strikes are not moving. Why? Can you see it? Tell me why on the Bank Nifty these strikes are not hit. I told you the logic. Which are the strikes I will be focusing upon? What is the range? 200 to? 200 to 500. How many strikes are there in 200 to 500 here? Only one. Correct? Now look at the Nifty now. What did they do from between 400 to 200 or whatever it is? Have they hit the number today? They opened, went to a low of like 100, even if you would have been looking at 15,900. It opened at around like 266, went to a low of 200. On the momentum, if you would have caught it from 230, you would have easily got it till 266. That was my trade done there. So 266, now it has gone to 300. The morning trade on the open and high, they have hit it. If the buyers are buying it on the open and high, where the seller should be then? Open and high or open and low for the sellers? Now you want to see the open and low for the sellers now? Look at this. They hit all the targets by 917. So this particular strategy, it has been done. The 2-candle strategy, it has been done. The trending OI, which is giving me the clue, more and more positions are getting added. This is for the Bank Nifty. I will now show you for the Nifty. Sorry, the Nifty. We will be looking at the Bank Nifty now. You see a clear divergence happening here, 240%, 10%, 45%. But in the Bank Nifty, the game is, what is that which you are seeing it here? Should I be bullish or bearish? Why I needed to be bearish on the Bank Nifty? What are the reasons which is affecting the Bank Nifty today? Why people are not bullish the way the Bank Nifty is moving 170 points? Why am I not creating any position on the Bank Nifty to take it forward? Why they are continuously writing the Bank Nifty strikes? Bank Nifty may follow suit, but looking at the current data, they are trying to do and writing for the whole day, both on the call and the put price. The premium erosion is what the current data is suggesting me now. Usually when the trending OI data shows you, both the call and the put OI are trading together in terms of the OI volume, they normally try to write as much as possible. And if you go and look at the IV data, have I told you about the IV data the other day? How many of you attended the session? I know very few attended the session that night. But I gave you a clue on the IV as well, telling you what is the IV level which I wanted it. I wanted a 10-point difference on the side where the IV is moving in my favor. Correct? Look at this. Do you see the premium erosion happening on both the sides? And what's the IV now? 58 on the call side, 57 on the put side. If you remember, I told you when the IV levels are going to be both more or less the same, both 28, 28, 38, 38, 48, 48, the premium erosion is going to be the game. And being on Wednesday, expect the premium crash to be happening, but considering tomorrow is an event, I'm not expecting the premium crash today, instead tomorrow, due to the election results and with the way. Another reason why the Bank Nifty is not able to do it. I told you in the dashboard, we saw 6 things, right? Dow future, Nifty future, Bank Nifty future, India VIX, crude and USD INR in the bottom 2. Whenever the crude and the USD INR, what did I say on that day? If the crude is rising and if USD INR, like an INR is depreciating, who is going to be gaining and who is going to be falling? It is going to be a ripple effect where the Bank Nifty stocks are going to be falling and they will use the IT and like in a big weather like Reliance to prop up the Nifty, whereas the Bank Nifty will be used as an index to manage the index. And they know that that is the area wherein the premiums are going to be available on a Wednesday. The writers are going to be enjoying to the core. Give it to the writers today. If you're a straddle player, make use of it. The game is over there. If this is not giving you the conviction with so many things, you will not be able to look at any of the data then. So the data was very clear now. Bank Nifty is still in the bearish mode. Only difference is, at the lower level, considering the sentiment and other things, you are getting a small minor bounce, but it's going to be mostly the premium erosion, which I wouldn't wanting to be there as an option buyer. Any other questions which you have? Because this is a follow-up session to the session which I did it. You are seeing the data, everything in the live market. In case if you wanted to ask me any questions on the live market, I will be happy to answer that. And future OI data, this is for Bank Nifty. On a 60-minute time frame, are we getting a trend here? Short build up, long build up, short build up, long build up. But still, who is controlling the market at this juncture? At the current moment, who is having an advantage? Based on this, look at the highlighted yellow number on the volume. Is it a short build up or a long build up? So, morning 5,83,000, but beyond that, the longs built up in the first 1 hour, around 64 rupees went higher, but the volume of trade which has happened at that time, it's still not been beaten. Now, currently, you have a move of more than 300 points on the Bank Nifty, but the volume of action is not happening much. Why? Though the market is going higher, nobody is willing to go and trade on that one. It is trading on very thin volumes. Guys, always remember, whenever the market is trading on very thin volume, there is a possibility that second half there can be a correction. If the move is not happening with the volume, there can be one algo bar which will come, trigger another 300, 400 points. Always remember, if the market is not moving in with the volume, whichever side it may be, you may expect the corrections to be happening. Get ready to witness that. So at this juncture, if I were you, I would avoid Bank Nifty as a buyer. Nifty would be like every dip is going to be an opportunity for me to buy. Considering the market has moved higher, I would be looking at the Nifty in case if these guys are coming towards the super trend as the first support level. Did they come to the super trend today? Yes, once they have been there. This was around 10:30, 11. Now they have been continuously trading with the 2 candle. After the 2 candle, they didn't come. For the first time, if they head near to the super trend, that will be the first support trade which I'm looking for on the Nifty. In case if you're looking for the Nifty support trade, it will be on the super trend level. On the Bank Nifty chart, I'll just show you that. Did we get a 2 candle theory on the Bank Nifty? Yes, no. As the signal generated, Ashuji, this is the live signal. It is giving you a signal on the buy side for both Bank Nifty and Nifty. We have got the Bank Nifty buy side now. So now, clearly the volume suggests, these are the things which we watch. 2K, 50K bars, trading above the VWAP super trend and everything. The third candle will be our entry with the first candle low as a stop loss. Now what will happen to the OI now? Why this move is happening on the upside? Is it due to long build-up, short build-up? Why this move is happening on the upside? Is it because of long build-up, short build-up? I told you the 4 scenarios. It's not the long build-up. It's not the short build-up. Short covering. How do you know that looking at the chart it is a short covering? Do you see the open interest data at the bottom? Is the open interest data going lower or going higher? If the market is moving higher and if the open interest is also going higher, that is long build-up. If the market is moving higher, if the open interest is going lower, it is short covering. It is a short covering which you are seeing now. So with this, I present my case, and I hope whatever the things which you guys have learned it on day one, and if you are using the tool smartly, you will definitely be able to understand why we are using this and what is the reason behind we build this tool as well. I hope it would have been helpful. I was asked to fill for 15 minutes. I've taken more time than that. Sorry about that, but I hope you would have enjoyed that. Thank you all so much, guys. See you again.